Salutes. This your main man, Mac, recording to you live, you know what I'm saying? We kind of doing a little something different right now. My homeboy Jake, he's off in the Himalayas or Aruba, somewhere exotic like that, doing a little vacation thing, you know what I'm saying? So we're kind of loading up, different segments just separately, but we're still trying to get you guys all the information that y'all gonna need to be successful this week. And we're gonna start out with our waivers. Week 14, baby, is here. I mean, it's like it's going by quick. I mean, it is what it is, but we're just gonna keep rolling. We're gonna keep giving you guys all the information that you're gonna need to be successful. Hit us up on the comments. Definitely like and subscribe. Please continue to do that and support us. We appreciate all y'all's help, everything that you're doing, and check out my homeboy. Check out Jake's. He's gonna upload some videos as well. Check his stuff out too. Like I said, we're kind of just doing something separately because we couldn't really get everything going where we can get it, as a duo this week. But the headliners are here to stay, baby. We're gonna keep rolling, give you the information. All right, so we're gonna start out. We're gonna start out with the waivers this week. It's not a lot out there. It's a few people, that you guys are gonna be kind of looking at. What's up, Jake? I see you punching in. But anyway, these are some guys that I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna start out with Peyton Barber. He had 23 yards. 23 attempts for 102 yards. He's getting a lot of receptions as well. Sims is not really into the offense like he used to be. So Peyton Barber is getting a lot of volume. And I think he's going to be pretty good going down the home stretch for a lot of people. Jameis is back. Cam Brate obviously is back now because that's one of Jameis' favorite targets. So that whole offense is going to open up. And Peyton Barber is going to be one to really you need to take a look at. For real. We're going to go with Mike Davis as well, another RB. Typically, we don't like a lot of people coming out of Seattle in that backfield. Other than Carson, had Carson earlier in the year. He was doing his thing. But Mike Davis looks pretty good. Mike Davis is rolling. Going against the Jags this week, you're going to kind of have to temper your expectations just a tad bit. But Mike Davis is the back to own in that offense. He had 16 carries for 64 yards, but it was like hard yards, man. I mean, he was going between the tackles. He's a north-south type runner. He's not going to do anything fancy, anything like that, but he's going to get you that rough 5-6 yards to carry. You know what I mean? Especially with the offense opening up. Russell's running, looking good. He's healthy. Jimmy Graham. I mean, that whole offense looks pretty good. If they can continue to get that Legion of Boom to come together, Seattle's going to be tough to contend with. We're going to go also, we both like Ryan Grant in Washington. Josh Doxson, he's still doing his thing. Kirk Cousins, he's going to need a lot of weapons. Ryan Grant came through this past week. He had 5 receptions for 76 yards and a TD. They're going against the Chargers this week. It's not ideal, but again, he's really like the second, third option in that offense. So he's going to get some looks. It depends on the situation with Jordan Reed. We hadn't heard anything as of yet, so just keep tuned. We'll see what's going on with him. He's like the rubber band man, so he may play, he may not, who knows. But Ryan Grant is somebody to keep your eyes on. This is a guy here, Jermaine Kearse. I don't know what happened to him yesterday, but he went off. He almost had 200 yards. That whole offense is starting to turn around. Between Anderson, ASJ, McCown looking like Brent Favre of 98. They're looking pretty good. But Jermaine Kearse is somebody that's still available in a lot of leagues out there. So some of you guys may want to take a look at him, especially if you need some wide receiver help. Like I said, he had 157 yards yesterday. He's had 2 back-to-back 100-yard games. The next 3 games are going against Denver, New Orleans, and the Chargers. So he's going to face a lot of softer defenses out there. Robbie Anderson's probably the #1 target, in that offense. So Jermaine Kearse is going to be able to fly under the radar just a tad bit. So he'll be successful. So that might be somebody you guys want to take a look at. All right. And, lastly, I want to mention Trey Burton. Right now, as it stands, Ertz potentially could miss some time. Not quite sure as of yet. He went out of the game. I got to see some little comments coming in. All right, cool. I'll get to you in a minute. I definitely can't do it while I'm doing this live thing because I'm trying to mess up, y'all. But we'll definitely get to the comments for sure. But again, like I said, if Ertz misses time, Trey Burton could be very valuable. He could be a very key asset this week, because Wentz, he likes to target his tight ends a lot, especially in the red zone. So Trey Burton is somebody you want to take a look at. All right, and tonight we're also going to get into some RBs, starting sits. All right, and I want to start out with Mr. Alvin Kamara. Man, kid is amazing. Coming into the season, we didn't think he was going to be as play as well as he is now. That offense, actually, we didn't expect it to be what it is. But the dude is leading the league, 6.4 yards a carry. I mean, that's pretty awesome, coming from a rookie. You know what I mean? They're going against Atlanta this week. Now, Atlanta's linebackers are pretty fast. Deion Jones, strong safety. You got Neal out there. A lot of times he likes to come up and play, cheat a little bit. So it's going to be one of those situations where, they're going to take out Ingram pretty much. So Kamara, but his skill set and the way he plays and the way they employ him in the offense, he's actually like a slot receiver, basically, a running back playing slot. So, and they move him around so much. So he is pretty much, I don't say it indefensible, but if that's a word, hey, if it ain't, whatever, roll with it. But Kamara has been doing it, man. I mean, for the past 3 or 4 games, I mean, he's been in the top 5 easily as RB, especially in PPR leagues. So he's definitely a must start. We're going to talk about Peyton Barber once again. They're going against Detroit, and again, like I said, in the previous, earlier, Peyton Barber's going to get the volume. That's key. Anytime you're looking for any type of help, especially in your running back position, you need somebody that's going to get a lot of volume, and Peyton Barber is going to get a lot of volume, especially going against Detroit. And like I said, with Jameis Winston back, the offense is going to open up tremendously. So it's going to allow Peyton to at least get 15 to 20 touches. I'm not saying he's going to repeat his performance this past week, but Detroit's front is not playing as well as they used to, or early in the season rather, and they're not really, I want to say they're not engaged, but they don't feel like they're going to make this last stretch, deep into the season, especially with Matthew Stafford. We don't know the situation. I know he had his hands had a little injury there. I hadn't heard the full details on what's going on with it right now, but, they're not looking too good. We're going to go with Rexington Burkhead. The dude is starting to ball a little bit. We're starting to see I don't want to say a solidification in this backfield, but it's pretty much a two-headed monster. You got Deion and you got Rex. Rex Burkhead has been known in the past few years, especially this time of year, to really just go off. And if you remember last year, I mean, he was balling out of control. You know what I'm saying? I was really surprised that they let him go, especially let New England get him. But anyway, Rex Burkhead is going to do the darn thing against the Dolphins, plain and simple. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to repeat the performance that he had this past week, but with Grunt being out, Hogan banged up, Rex is going to see a lot of work. I mean, he's getting a lot of targets. He's getting volume out of the backfield. Like this past week, he had, 12 touches for 78 yards. Then 3 receptions for 25 yards. So, I mean, dude's balling. I mean, can't say nothing else. you know, but he's balling. And like I said, Grunt being out is key. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be an ugly game, man. They're gonna get up on the Dolphins. They're gonna blow them out. I can almost guarantee you that. It's gonna be ugly. But those are my main starts. The sit. So let's go into the sits. I'm gonna start with Alfred Morris. I know what a lot of you guys are gonna say. Some of you Cowboy fans, apologize in advance, but I'm sorry. I wouldn't start Alfred Morris this week. Reason being, the Giants, this whole situation going on, the changing of the guard, so to speak, with the coaching staff. They upgraded Steve Spagano. Excuse me. He's taken over as the interim head coach. Well, he's known for his defense. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to establish that defense first and foremost. Because, A, he don't want to be the next one going out the door. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. So, and typically, a lot of times when there's, a lot of times see a change in coaching staff this late in the season. But they had to do something. I don't understand why they set Eli anyway. I mean, poor Eli. It ain't his fault. I mean, I like Eli. But Eli, if you're watching, you cool with me. Yeah, but again, like I said, they're gonna establish that defense, and they're gonna take away the best weapon. And right now, it's pretty much Alfred Morris. Dak, Dez, Beasley, all these guys, yeah, but it all stems from the running game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Alfred Morris is Zeke by no means, but I mean he's a serviceable back. But I just can't see going into New York too. No bueno. All right, next guy is going to be Mr. Samaje Perine going against the Chargers. That ain't good. Chargers have been pretty dominant as a team defensively here, lately. Joey Bosa, he's been playing crazy, man. The he's a beast, man. So pretty much he's spearheading that whole defense. Kirk Cousins is going to be running for his life. Samaje is not going to have enough time to. Basically, they're not going to be able to establish that run. And again, like we were talking about before, you got people like Ryan Grant, Doxson. You got some offensive weapons, but I don't think Kirk's going to get enough time to really establish a passing game. So therefore, and Samaje, he can't catch the ball. That's just plain and simple. He can't. He's not a great. They need Chris Thompson. They miss him bad. Chris Thompson was a key to their offense, and with him being out, it hurts. So it's gonna be ugly. So I wouldn't start Samaje this week. And last is Mike Davis. That's my last RB sit. And again, I know I said Mike Davis as a waiver wire pickup, and still, he is a good pickup, but I just wouldn't start him this week. I get it if you need RB help. He's potentially a flex play. But Calais Campbell, Miles Jack, the boys is rolling, man. AJ Bouye, sometimes he likes to come up and cheat from time to time, But it's one of those things, man. It's not going to be one of those games where Russell Wilson's going to have some problems this week. Those corners, man, Jacksonville, man, they awesome. That whole team. It's crazy to see you got teams like the Jags, the Saints. It's just like a whole 360. At the beginning of the season, we wouldn't expect these guys to have such dominant defenses, but hey, that's football. All right, now we're going to get into quarterback starting sits. That's all I'm going to have for y'all today. Then I'm going to come back. And me and my boy Jake gonna do it again tomorrow. He's got some more videos. Like I said, check him out. He's got some videos he's gonna load up, and I'm gonna have some more I'll load up tomorrow. Y'all like my Maryland poster right there? Cool. Comment on if you like that. All right. So my first quarterback start. Josh McCown. I already know. I'm going to hear it. I already know. I know he's going against Denver, right? So what? I'm telling you, Josh McCown is a good play this week. He really is. He's been so poised, man. And here's the thing. Well, the main thing is the Denver defense has been allowing at least 17 points a game to opposing quarterbacks the last 7 games. 7 games, dog. That's a lot of games. They're not the same defense, that we once revered. You know what I mean? To say in years past, they're injuries and so on and so forth. It's just been an abysmal year in Denver altogether. But Josh McCown, man, he's looking good. The running game is not quite the way it should be. They've got weapons, true enough, but the main 2 weapons, man, like I said, is Curse and Anderson. They're playing. That's one of the top duos in the league right now, other than maybe Minnesota. Of course, my boys, the Killer Bees, of course, Brown, Juju, all them guys. But yeah, Curse and Anderson are doing well. It's just, and McCown he's playing some mistake-free football. Excuse me. He's looking pretty good. So I would definitely start him this week. Case Keenum, that's another guy. Hey, Dilly Dilly. I see a Dilly Dilly on there. Yep. I ain't drinking no bud, but hey, I'm with you. Yep, Case Keenum against the Panthers. Man, Keenum he's balling. He's thrown two TDs in the past 4 of his last 5 games. The Panthers, they're not as dominant as they have been. They're playing some decent football. But again, their defense also has allowed about 19 points, to opposing quarterbacks in the last 4 games as well. So they're not quite as dominant as it once were. And Case Keenum has got plenty of weapons, man. I can't even believe I'm going to say this, but Latavius Murray is looking pretty good. McKinnon is looking well. Wow. I can only imagine what's going to happen next year, when they get, Cooks back. It's going to be an offense, to revere, man. I'm telling you. Rudolph is playing well. So he's got a lot of weapons, and Keenum is a very heady quarterback, man. He's very smart. He's patient. He looks, he doesn't really fear the pressure. You see a lot of quarterbacks, they fear a lot of the press and the pressure that comes from the linebackers and stuff like that. He's very poised and, he has good vision, and the line is playing well. The line is really playing well for them. Diggs is not playing, like he normally does, but man, Thielen is balling. Adam Thielen, if I had an MVP to give out this year, it'd be my boy Adam. He's doing well. So Case Keenum, start him, no problem. All right, now we're gonna go roll into the sits. Russell Wilson. I know Russell had a decent game, this past week. But again, going against Saxonville, say no more. It's just going to be, it's one of those situations, man. It's going to be very hard for them to come in Jacksonville, set a precedence, because again, they're going to have to run the ball. A lot of times, the run game is going to dictate the flow of the offense. If Mike Davis can miraculously get out there and start rushing for about 6 yards a carry, all right, cool. I just wouldn't put my money on it, not this week. Especially a lot of people who are, going into the playoff stretch or this run, you got to have sure bets. This is the beginning of the weeks. You got to have sure bets, So, yeah, definitely, man. I like Russell. I like him as a person. You know what I mean? He repped the NC State here in North Kakalaki. But this week against the Jags, I wouldn't do it, man. If you don't have any other better options, just you have to temper your expectations when it comes to this game. Okay, and last, like I touched on a little while ago about Dak and the boys. Dak's, it's not going to be a good week for him either. Like I said, going against the Giants, it's just going to be a resurgence of this defense, man. They're going to, I'm telling you, one thing that New York's going to do, they're going to establish that defense. They're going to set a tone, from this point on, that, hey, this is how we win football games. If you look back, that's what happened. That's how they won their Super Bowl, their 2 Super Bowls, actually. It was through their defense. It wasn't the offense. And I know the cliche, defense wins championships, but it does, plain and simple. And, I mean, it's one of those things. They're going to establish that, so they're going to take away Dak. Dez has not been playing up to par. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with him. I don't even know if it's a nagging injury or not. Dez has been had some bad wheels for the past couple of years, and he's getting older. I mean, football old, you know what I mean? But yeah, Dak's not a good play this week. I see somebody said something about Jason Witten. Witten might be a good play, you know what I mean? But again, I mean, and when I say temper your expectations with Dak and maybe not start him, I'm not saying he's going to just bomb completely, you know what I mean? But I think when you temper your expectations of what you're going to expect for him to do, I mean, you might look at 170 yards maybe. I mean, that ain't enough, especially if you're going into the playoffs. You know what I mean? You'd be better off somebody like Jimmy Garoppolo, Jacoby this week or something like that. But yeah, I wouldn't put my playoff hopes on Dak. Okay? Cool. All right, y'all. This is a little snippet. Gonna have some more stuff coming to you guys. Like I said, my man Jake, homie, if you watching, y'all have a good time out there. Be safe, and we'll be back together here soon. But right now, like I said, we just had to kind of give you guys, our separate videos and stuff like that. But we're still giving you the same content. We do our work. We're gonna be here for y'all, man. We the people's experts. You know what I mean? So everybody have a blessed night. Just continue to stay tuned. Look at the little bell button there. Hit the little thing. So when we load up stuff, y'all will be able to see. When we get our videos up. And I see some of the comments rolling through. Appreciate everything. Appreciate all y'all support. Please like and subscribe. Continue to comment. Like I said, we're gonna get to everybody. I can't speak for all these other people out here, all these other fantasy experts and like that. But, me and Jake, we try our best to get to everybody's questions, comments and all that stuff, man. So just be patient with us, and we'll continue to give you guys what you need. All right? Peace.